Y'all, stop what you're doing because Cricut has released their warped text feature for Design Space. I mean, honestly, I didn't think that it would come this quick, but it is here. The only thing is it is currently in the beta version and not the live version, and you do have to be a Cricut Access user to use it. But in this video, we're going to tell you everything that we know so far, show you how it works, and if you'll stick around, I'm actually going to show you how you can do this for free and not have Cricut Access, because y'all, we've been doing this around here for quite some time. My name is Lauren, and I'm a craft producer here at Makers Gonna Learn, and I can't wait to dive into this video to show you this new feature in Cricut Design Space and also show you how you can do it for free. So let's go ahead and hop on over into Design Space. So now that we're here, like I said, this is in the beta version of Cricut Design Space. Now, if you have not changed between live and beta version, I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. If you're not sure, if you will look up here at the top, this clearly says beta. It should say if you are in beta or live version. However, you can also check that in your settings. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to the three lines here on the left-hand side of your screen. You're going to click that, and you are going to scroll down to where it says settings. You're going to click your settings, and then this dialog box is going to pop up. Now you're going to be able to choose which application experience you want to have. Do you want beta or live version? For this, because it is not currently live, we are going to choose the beta version. You're going to click done, and then you're going to have to exit out of Design Space and pull it back up for it to be in the beta version. So just to briefly explain to you all what the beta version means, when people are creating new softwares, they will have different versions. So an alpha version is going to be their first version of a software that they may test in-house. The next version is going to be your beta version. So this is going to be close to perfect, but not quite perfect yet, but they want to get it out there to the public to see how the public reacts to this new feature or new things that they have in the program. And then they can go back, fix the bugs, and after those bugs have been fixed, they will send it to the live version of the software. So that's really the only difference between the live and the beta version. In beta, you may get certain updates a little faster, but all the bugs with those updates may not be worked out yet. So you may have to go back and forth between the beta and the live version. But like I said, I just showed you how to do that. It's super easy and something that you can do every day if you want to. So now that we are for sure in the beta version, let's hop back over to Design Space. We're going to enter in a text, and I'm going to show you how this warped feature works. So we're going to hop over here to the left-hand panel, and I'm going to grab a text. We're actually going to be using the text bell bottom, the font bell bottom. This is a Makers Gonna Learn font. If you don't know who we are, Makers Gonna Learn is a craft membership community where we bring you thousands of cut files, hundreds of fonts for you to use with your Cricut every month. Y'all, we have some really, really good fonts, and this retro font is definitely one of my favorites, and I think will work really well with this warp feature. So I'm going to type in what I want it to say. I'm going to blow this up so we really see how this warp feature works. So we're going to come up here to the top. You're going to find it right next to the offset button. So all you have to do, so I'm going to blow this up just a little bit so you all can see this better. Now the warp function can be found at your top toolbar up here right next to offset. And we're going to just click this arrow for the drop down menu. Now once again, like I said, this function is only for Cricut Access users right now, and I honestly have a feeling that it may stay just with Cricut Access users. So if you do have access, this is going to be a great function that you can use. However, like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to teach you all how to do this for free. So don't worry if you don't have access, we will get there. So as you can see, there are 24 different warp functions that you can choose with this. So we're just going to start from the top and we'll work our way down. So with one, as you can see, it's going to curve it slightly. Now, in my opinion, this really doesn't do anything much different than the actual curve function. So that is one thing that, you know, to keep in mind. These more basic ones, you can do, these more basic ones you can just do with a curve function. So let's look at this one. As you can see, this one makes the sides larger and the middle here is a lot skinnier. The one thing that I'm not a huge fan of about this function as of right now is because there is not a point of movement within anything. So it warps it, and that's really all you can do with it. You can't move. Let's go to 11, for example. So this is kind of like the flag warp, and it goes up and down. So if I were doing this on a different software, I would like to have a point of movement, say here in the middle somewhere, where I can make this crest or middle point move back toward the front, over to the end, make this side higher. So there are a lot of things that I think may be fixed when it comes to the live version. Once again, this is just the beta version, so it's just in kind of like its testing phase. So one drawback with this is if you wanted to do multiple colors on the different lines, you can't do that unless you type in the same word in two different text boxes. So if I go to change the color here, it's going to change both words. The way that you can do that and get by with this is, let's say we get rid of this bottom groovy, and then we are going to duplicate this one, and then we can change the color from there, and then move it down, and then align these and center them horizontally. The one thing that I will say is you have to be careful with what fonts you use with each effect, because some of them look really, really cool. Others, you know, not the greatest. It really depends. This one I thought would be really cool, kind of give you like that Star Wars opening monologue effect, but then when I go to do it, it's like I can't even read it. So I really, like I said, I wish there was a point of movement where I could take this top of this G and like move it out a little bit. But otherwise, you know, it's pretty cool. So now that you've stuck around, you've seen the new feature in the beta version of Cricut Design Space, which once again is going to be great for so many people. Let me teach you how you can do this for free if you don't have or don't want to get Cricut access. So we're actually going to go to a website called Photopea, however you want to say it, .com. So it's PHOTOPEA.com. What we are going to do is we are going to create a new project. Now, this looks kind of intimidating when it pulls up, but y'all just stay with me. I'm actually going to change my width to inches just because I like working with a 12 by 12, because that's what we work with within Cricut Design Space is 12 by 12. So I'm doing a 12 by 12 project. Background color, you can choose your background color from there, and we're just going to select create. Okay, so this is going to be like representation of your Cricut mat. Now we're going to come over here to the left hand side of our toolbar, and we're going to select the text tool. Now you can still use Maker's Gonna Learn fonts here in Photopea.com. What you're going to do, you are going to load font here on your font menu. You're going to hit the drop down load font. It's going to pull up all of your fonts here. We're going to search bell bottom because that's the one that we worked with. We are going to choose it. Now this, I have downloaded this from Maker's Gonna Learn, so it is in my computer. I'm going to open that. Okay, and now it is loaded onto the website. So now to find it, all I have to do is type in bell bottom, and here it is. We're going to click on our blank that we're working with. I'm going to size this up so that you all can see this better. We'll move it down. And just because we worked with Groovy a while ago, we're just going to type in Groovy again. So now that you have that, you can change the color here. You can put in your RGBs. You can put in a hex code down here. You can work with it. You can really do a nice custom color. So many ways you can choose your colors. You can choose from standard colors down here. But I do love working with a color picker similar to this. So we're just going to go there, hit OK, change this back to the color we want. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go to the warp button here at the top. So now we're going to select warp. You're going to style here says none. We're going to select the style that we want, and you can scroll down here and see all of the different styles that they offer. Now, it's not 24 like we have in Cricut Design Space, but really and truly, some of these are better in my opinion. So for example, the wave is going to keep the bottom line straight and wave this up. And what I love about this website is you can change where your bend is. So if I wanted the bend on the left side, I would come down, or on the right side, I would go this way. You can choose your horizontal distortion, whether it goes up, goes down, or stays right in the middle. And then you can also choose your vertical distortion, whether it goes out or comes in. So this is something that this function works so well when you are really creating custom pieces. You can really manipulate which way your word goes and piece different words together. So the other one that I really love to use is the flag. This one is really popular right now. And once again, you can choose how much or how little bend you have in your word and which way you want your word to bend. You're going to click OK, and that's going to stay there. Now you can move this around. It really doesn't matter, but you can move your words around, create here. I've not really used Photopea for anything other than warping my text because I really love that function. Once you have created the text and placed it where you want it, what you're going to do, come up here to the top left-hand corner, you're going to select File. You're going to scroll down to Export As. Now, there are two different options here, or actually there's multiple options, but two that we really work with a lot within Cricut Design Space. So you can either export this as a PNG, or if you want it to be a cut image, you can export this as an SVG. And that's what we're going to do today, and then I'm going to show you how to upload this into Cricut Design Space. So we're going to click Export as SVG. You're going to want to make sure that you have the Vectorize Text button clicked. Otherwise, it's just going to show you a straight line. So we're going to vectorize this text, and then we are going to save it. Now, it's going to come down here into your downloads. Now, we're going to go back to Cricut Design Space. We'll delete these two out, and we're going to go to Upload, Upload Image, Browse. I'm going to my downloads because that's where it downloaded, was in my download folder. Click that, open it. We are doing this as a cut image, upload, and add it to our canvas. And y'all, now you have your custom warped text absolutely free. So, what are your thoughts? I would love to hear your thoughts on the new warped text feature within Cricut Design Space. Drop those in the comments. Let us know what you think. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think it's a great update for Cricut Design Space. I really think they are moving in the right direction. However, having it for Access members only, I don't know. I mean, I did show you how you can do it for free, so technically, do you have to be an Access member? That's going to be your choice. I'm so glad that I was able to bring this update to you guys and once again show you how to do the warped text for free. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty.